Be me, 24, junior data analyst, living in an apartment that smells permanently of dust and reheated pasta. Wake up at 6:30 a.m. The alarm on my phone isn't a sound anymore. It's a physical sensation. A spike of cortisol that hits the base of my spine before I even open my eyes. Stare at the ceiling. Popcorn texture, painted over probably 12 times by landlords who didn't care to sand it down. Shadows from the blinds cut across the room like prison bars. Metaphor is too on the nose, even for my internal monologue. Roll over. Sarah is asleep next to me. Mouth slightly open, soft breathing, hair fanned out on the pillow. She looks peaceful. It makes me furious. Not angry, just resentful. How does she do it? How does she just turn off the noise and sleep like a person who hasn't been hollowed out? Get out of bed as quietly as possible, not out of consideration, but because I don't want to talk. If she wakes up, she'll ask, "How did you sleep?" Or "Do you want coffee?" And I'll have to perform the human interaction script. I don't have the mana for that yet. Bathroom mirror check. Fluorescent bulb above the sink flickers, gives my skin a sickly green cast. Bags under the eyes are deepening, turning a weird bruised purple. Splash cold water on face. Look at hands gripping the edge of the porcelain sink. Knuckles white. Fingers are long, veins prominent. Flashback to being 7 years old. Watching my dad grip the steering wheel of his beat-up sedan. Same hands. Same veins popping out as he screamed at a red light that wouldn't change fast enough. Shake the thought away. Dry face with a towel that smells like damp mildew. I need to do laundry. I won't do laundry. The commute is the worst part of the day. Stuck in traffic on the I-95, surrounded by thousands of metal boxes. Everyone inside them thinks they are the main character. Look at the guy in the lane next to me, driving a pristine SUV, wearing a suit that costs more than my car. He's singing along to something I can't hear, probably thinking about his quarterly bonus or his golden retriever. Grip the wheel. Feel the tension travel up my forearms. My jaw aches. Realize I've been clenching my teeth since I left the apartment. The radio is off. Silence is better than the inane chatter of morning zoo DJs trying to convince me life is fun. Sudden urge to swerve into the Jersey barrier. Not to die. Just to see the metal crumple. Just to break the geometry of the morning. The impulse passes, replaced by the dull throb of a caffeine headache. Arrive at the office. Open plan, gray carpet, gray desks, gray souls. Sit down at my cubicle. Log in. Enter password. Outlook loads. 14 unread emails. Action required. Q3 projection updates. Reminder, birthday cake in the break room for Linda. Read, did you see this? Delete, mark as read. Open Excel. The grid is comforting. Rows and columns. Infinite order. Data doesn't have feelings. Data doesn't have parents who destroyed them. Data just is. Start mindlessly entering figures. Click, clack, enter. Click, clack, enter. The rhythm is hypnotic. It keeps the thoughts at bay. 10:15 a.m. Greg from marketing stops by. Greg is the human equivalent of a golden retriever that learned to use LinkedIn. Hey man, happy hump day. He leans against my cubicle wall, holding a mug that says world's okayest golfer. Did you catch the game last night? I look up, force the muscles in my face to simulate a smile. It feels like stretching dry leather. Nah, Greg missed it, caught up on some reading. Reading, nice, keeping it intellectual, I respect that. He doesn't respect that. He thinks I'm a weirdo. He taps the top of the partition. Anyway, Linda's cake is at 11, chocolate ganache, be there or be square. He finger guns and walks away. I stare at his back. I hate him so much it makes my vision blur. I hate his optimism. I hate his easy comfort in this plastic world. I hate that he probably calls his dad on Sundays just to chat. Look down at my hands on the keyboard again. Left hand is trembling slightly. Hide it under the desk. Lunch break. Eat a sandwich I made 3 days ago at my desk. Bread is stale, crust is hard. Put on noise-canceling headphones. Don't play music. Just the silence mode to dampen the sound of Linda laughing about her grandkids. Open a private browser tab. YouTube. Click on a video from a channel I found last week. Reading your deeply personal emails while building an aqueduct. This is my therapy. And by therapy, I mean picking at the scab. Video starts. Soft, calm voice. Screen shows a Minecraft avatar placing stone blocks. Rhythmic. Thunk, thunk, thunk. The narrator starts reading an email. Subject, I think I'm actually evil. Hey Jamie, long-time watcher. I have this problem where I sabotage everything good in my life. I met this girl and she's perfect, but I can't stop picking fights. My stomach drops. The sandwich turns to ash in my mouth. Listen to the stranger's words. He describes the panic of being loved, the feeling that he's tricking everyone, the inevitable crash. The narrator places a bucket of water. The water flows down the virtual stone channel. Perfect physics. Predictable. Unlike the mess in the email. I tab out as Greg walks by again. Heart hammering against my ribs. Why does everyone else's damage look exactly like mine? Is there a factory setting for emotionally stunted male, mid-20s, that we all just defaulted to? 5:30 p.m. Get home. Apartment is dark. Sarah is in the kitchen. Smell of garlic and onions. She's cooking. She turns around, smiling. Hey, how was work? She's wearing one of my old t-shirts. It looks better on her than it ever did on me. Guilt hits me like a shovel to the face. She's trying. She's building a home. I'm just occupying space. Fine, I say, dropping my keys on the counter. Just long, Greg's being Greg. She laughs. Well, I made stir-fry. It'll be ready in 10. I walk past her to the bedroom. Gonna change, I mumble. Close the door. Lean back against it. Close my eyes. I can hear the sizzling of the pan in the other room. It sounds domestic. It sounds permanent. I have a sudden, violent urge to pack a bag and leave. Just drive until the gas runs out. Burn the bridge while it's still standing. Because if I stay, I'm going to rot her from the inside out. Just like my dad did to my mom. The inheritance. It's in the blood. It's in the silence. Change into sweatpants. Look at the computer in the corner of the room. The monitor standby light blinks slowly. Like a heartbeat. Beckoning. I need the blocks. I need the stories. I need to hear someone else say they're broken so I don't have to admit it out loud. Stand there for a full minute. Staring at the monitor standby light. Pulsing amber. Off. It's Morse code for coward. Stomach growls. Traitorous biological function demanding fuel. I can't hide in here forever. Turn around. Hand on the doorknob. The brass is cold. Hesitate. Compose the mask. Pull up the corners of my mouth. Check the reflection in the dark window. Eyes look dead, but the smile passes inspection from 5 feet away. Open the door. Walk back into the kitchen. Steam rising from the stove. The smell of sesame oil and burnt garlic is overwhelming. Sensory overload. Sarah is plating the food. 2 blue ceramic bowls we bought at Target 3 years ago. Domestic artifacts. She doesn't look up. Grab the drinks, she asks. Tone is light, breezy. She suspects nothing. Or maybe she suspects everything and is playing the game better than I am. Open the fridge. Hum of the compressor vibrates against my fingertips. Grab the pitcher of filtered water. Pour 2 glasses. Ice clinks against the glass. Sounds like gunshots in the quiet apartment. Sit down at the small circular table. Knees bump against the table leg. This apartment is too small for the weight of my thoughts. Looks good, I lie. It looks like food. It looks like sustenance. But to me it looks like a trap. She sits opposite me. Tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. That specific gesture used to make my heart do a flip. Now it just registers as data. Input: Sarah is cute. Output: vague nausea. We eat in silence for 3 bites. The only sound is metal scraping against ceramic. Scrape, chew, swallow, scrape, chew, swallow. The rhythm of a life being wasted. So she starts. Here it comes. The daily report. Jessica messaged me today. They're thinking about doing a game night on Saturday. Mark, Linda, maybe Dave if he's in town. Thought it might be fun. Game night. Forced laughter. Overpriced craft beer. People talking about their promotions and their dogs, and their 401 KS. The absolute horror of performed normalcy. Sounds great, I say. Voice flat. Monotone. I don't even look up from my broccoli. You don't have to go if you're tired, she says. There's a slight edge to her voice now. The first crack in the porcelain. I'm not tired, I say, stabbing a piece of chicken. I said it sounds great. I love game night. I love Dave. Dave is a riot. Sarcasm drips off the words before I can catch them. It wasn't me speaking. It was him. My dad. Sitting at the dinner table in 1998, telling my mom that her book club sounds riveting while staring at the TV. The ghost is in the room, sitting in my chair, wearing my skin. Sarah puts her fork down. Slowly, deliberately. Why are you being like this? Like what? Like this, cold, distant. You've been weird since you got home. I worked 8 hours in a cubicle listening to Linda talk about her cataracts, Sarah. Excuse me if I'm not doing backflips. Deflection. Defense mechanism #4. Aggressive self-pity. It works. She sighs, shoulders slumping. I'm just trying to make plans. I want us to have a life. We have a life, I snap. We have a routine, she corrects. She picks up her fork again but doesn't eat. Pushes a snap pea around the blue glaze. Whatever, she whispers. The silence returns. Heavier this time. Thick enough to choke on. I chew mechanically. The food has no taste. Just texture. Wet cardboard. I look at her hairline. She's looking down. I feel a spike of self-loathing so sharp it almost makes me gasp. She deserves someone who wants to hear about Jessica. She deserves someone who doesn't view a dinner invitation as a prison sentence. I am wasting her fertile years. I am the blight in the garden. I should tell her. Right now. Sarah, I am broken, and I am going to break you, and you need to run. Mouth opens. Pass the soy sauce, I say. Coward, coward, coward. Finish eating. Ritual of the cleanup. I insist on doing the dishes. Penance. She goes to the living room. Turn on the TV. Some reality show where people yell at each other in nice houses. Safe manufactured conflict. Stand at the sink. Hot water scalds my hands. I don't pull back. The pain is grounding. Scrub the bowls. Circular motions. Wax on, wax off. Stare out the kitchen window. It faces the brick wall of the next building. A single window is lit up across the alley. Someone is sitting there, blue light on their face. Probably watching the same garbage I watch. Probably feeling the same hollowness. We are all just solitary cells in a dying organism. Dry hands on a rough towel. Walk into the living room. Sarah is curled up on the couch. She looks small. Vulnerable. I'm gonna hop on the PC for a bit, I announce. Not asking for permission. Stating intent. She doesn't look away from the TV. Okay. Single word. Dismissive. She's building a wall too. Good. Let her build it. It'll make it easier when the roof finally caves in. Retreat to the bedroom. Close the door. Lock it. Why did I lock it? Habit. Paranoia. Don't want her walking in and seeing the reflection of my soul on the screen. Sit in the ergonomic chair. Mesh back. Lumbar support for a spine that has no backbone. Waken the PC. Screens flare to life. Blinding white for a second before the dark mode kicks in. Put on the headphones. Noise cancelling engaged. The hum of the fridge disappears. The sound of the TV disappears. The silence of the apartment disappears. World shrinks to 27 inches of 1440p resolution. Tab back to the video. Jamie is still there. Paused mid-sentence. Resume. And the thing is, the narrator's voice comes through. Smooth. Baritone. The audio quality is crisp. No background hiss. Contrast to the static in my head. Video shows the Minecraft character standing on a scaffolding, high above a generated forest, placing cobblestone stairs. Meticulous. 1, 2, 3. He's building an archway. This next email is titled, "The apple doesn't fall far, it just rots differently." My breath hitches. Cursor hovers over the pause button. Don't stop. Let it hit you. Narrator begins reading. Hey Jamie, my dad was a yeller, not a hitter, just a yeller. He controlled the emotional temperature of the entire house. If he was in a bad mood, we all held our breath. I swore. I'd never be him. I'm the quiet one. I'm the chill one. Narrator places a torch. Lighting glitch updates. Shadows retreat. But lately I notice I'm doing it too. Not yelling, just withdrawing. I use silence as a weapon. I punish my girlfriend by withholding affection until she asks what's wrong just so I can sigh and tell her she's overreacting. Chest tightens. Vise grip. The narrator continues reading the stranger's confession. I realized yesterday that the silence is worse than the yelling. The yelling at least ends. The silence just sits there, rotting the floorboards. I look in the mirror and I see his eyes, Jamie. I see the contempt. How do I stop being my father if I'm already him? Pause video. Silence in the headphones. Absolute. Deafening. Stare at the frozen image. Minecraft sunset. Blocky sun dipping below a blocky horizon. Beautiful in a way that reality refuses to be. Look down at my hands. They are trembling slightly. Just a tremor. Same way my dad's hands shook when he was holding back a rage fit. Flashback to the dinner table 10 minutes ago. Excuse me if I'm not doing backflips. The sarcasm. The weaponized apathy. The email writer is right. Silence is a weapon. And I am a sniper. Open a notepad file. Blank white page. Cursor blinking. Waiting for input. Type I am a bad person. Stare at the words. Delete them. Type I am just tired. Delete them. Type subject I think I'm haunting my own house. Stare at the sentence. It feels true. The feeling of being a ghost in your own life. Watching Sarah from a distance, even when I'm sitting 2 feet away. Resenting her for being alive while I'm already dead. Resenting the stir-fry for existing. Resenting the game night for demanding participation. Alt-tab back to the video. Hit play. Need the noise. Need the distraction. Jamie is talking about structural integrity now. So with aqueducts, the gradient is everything, he says, calmly explaining hydraulic engineering in a block game while digesting a stranger's trauma. If the slope is too steep, the water rushes too fast and destroys the channel. If it's too flat, the water stagnates. Disease breeds in stagnation. Stagnation. That's the word. My life isn't crashing. It's stagnating. The water is sitting still, and the mosquitoes are breeding. On screen, the character jumps off the scaffolding, lands in a pool of water. Safe. No damage. If only physics worked like that out here. If only I could jump off this feeling and land in a bucket of water. Instead, I'm just falling. Slow motion. Terminal velocity. Hear a knock at the bedroom door. Anon. Sarah's voice. Muffled by the door and the headphones. Slide one ear cup off. Yeah. I'm going to bed. Don't stay up too late. Voice is soft again. Forgiving. Why does she forgive me? It makes me hate myself more. I lie. Love you. Pause. 3 seconds of silence. Calculate the cost of not responding vs the cost of lying. Love you too. Hear her footsteps fade down the hall. Hear the bedroom door click shut. Put the ear cup back on. Alone again. Safe again. Restart the video from the beginning. I need to hear the part about the rotting apple again. Maybe if I listen to it enough times, I can figure out how to cut the bruise out before it spreads. Or maybe I just like pressing on the sore spot to make sure I can still feel something other than gray. Video loops. Autoplay is off, but my brain is stuck on repeat. Jamie's voice is the only thing anchoring me to the desk. He's moved on to the next email. This one isn't about parents. It's about a teacher. He bought me coffee, the email says. It wasn't weird until it was. Listen to the way Jamie pauses. He's building a retaining wall in the game. Stone bricks. One by one. Click, click, click. It's easy to confuse attention for affection when you're starving, Jamie says. He doesn't look at the camera, just keeps placing blocks, sealing the water in. I tab back to my notepad. The cursor is still blinking at the end of my unfinished sentence. I think I'm haunting my own house. It's too poetic, too dramatic. Delete it. Backspace is the most satisfying sound on the keyboard. The mechanical clack of erasure. Type, I am bored of being loved. Stare at that. Worse, that makes me sound like a monster. Not a victim, just a predator of a different kind, feeding on Sarah's patience until there's nothing left but a husk. Look at the time. 02:14 a.m. The witching hour for the chronically maladjusted. My eyes feel like they're filled with sand. Blue light filter is on, but it's not helping. The room smells like recycled air and stale sweat. My sweat. Panic sweat that dried cold. Stand up. Knees pop. Spine cracks like dry timber. The physical symptoms of a sedentary rot. Walk to the door. Open it quietly. The hinge squeaks. Freeze. Wait for the shift in the bed from the other room. Silence. Creep into the hallway. The floorboards are treacherous. I know every loose nail. Every warp in the wood. Navigate the darkness like a burglar breaking into his own life. Kitchen is bathed in the lead glow of the microwave clock, humming that low electric hum. The sound of modern silence. Open the fridge. White light blinds me. Stare at the contents. Tupperware containers of meal-prepped lunches. Sarah made them on Sunday. Chicken, broccoli, rice. Orderly, healthy, optimistic. She labeled them with days of the week. Mon, Tues, Wed. I hate the handwriting. Loopy bubbles over the eyes. It's so innocent it makes my stomach turn. Grab the milk carton. Drink from the spout. It's lukewarm. Tastes like cardboard. Put it back. Don't close the cap all the way. Just a little twist. Not enough to seal it. Just enough that if someone grabs it by the lid, it might drop. Might spill. Stare at the cap. Why did I do that? Reach out to fix it. Hand hovers, trembling again. Pull the hand back. Leave it. A tiny landmine for the morning. A microscopic act of rebellion against the tyranny of a functional household. Close the fridge. Darkness rushes back in. Lean against the counter. Can hear the wind outside, rattling the window frame. Winter is coming, or maybe it's just a drafty house. Feels like the world is trying to get in. To scrub me out. Look at the sink. One spoon in there, crusted with peanut butter. It's mine. I left it there this morning. Sarah washed everything else. But she left the spoon. A message. Passive resistance. Or maybe she just didn't see it. She sees everything. She's leaving it for me to clean. She's trying to fix me. Trying to teach me responsibility like I'm a toddler. Resentment flares up. Hot and acidic in the back of my throat. I turn on the tap. Cold water. Rinse the spoon. Don't scrub it. Just get it wet. Put it in the drying rack still dirty. Chaos wins. Small victories for the morally bankrupt. Back in the room. Screen is asleep. Move the mouse. Jamie's face lights up the room again. He's reading the end of the grooming email. I still miss him sometimes, the writer says. Is that wrong? He was the only one who listened. Jamie sighs. Character is standing on a ledge overlooking the aqueduct. Trauma bonds are strong, he says. Stronger than healthy ones sometimes, because the highs are higher when the lows are hell. I put the headphones on. Lie down on the floor. Carpet is scratchy. Stare at the ceiling. Shadows from the streetlights outside cut across the plaster. Bars of a cage. Close my eyes. Try to sleep. Brain won't shut down. It's replaying the dinner conversation. Excuse me if I'm not doing backflips. Why did I say that? She made stir-fry. She tried. I acted like she served me poison. I can hear my dad's voice in the inflection, the specific cadence of the sarcasm. He used to say things like that to Mom. Sorry if I'm not thrilled about the meatloaf, Helen. I had a long day. And then the silence would stretch for hours, suffocating the house. I am the silence now. I am the smog filling up the room. Roll over. Face the wall. Curl into a ball. Wish for a medically induced coma. Settle for 3 hours of fitful dozing, mixed with vivid dreams about drowning in pixelated water. 06:30 a.m. Alarm screams. Slap it off. Headache is immediate. Behind the eyes. Throbbing. Synapses misfiring. Mouth tastes like that lukewarm milk. Drag myself up. Sunlight is leaking through the blinds. Offensive. Too bright. Too cheerful. Hear movement in the kitchen. Sarah is up. Coffee grinder whirs. Sounds like a chainsaw. Walk out. She's standing by the counter. Wearing her robe. Hair messy in a cute way. She looks soft. Human. She turns. Smiles. It's a tentative smile. Testing the waters. Morning, she says. Voice is cautious. She's walking on eggshells. I put the eggshells there. Morning, I grunt. Voice is gravel. Walk past her to the coffee pot. She moves aside, giving me space, like I'm a volatile chemical that might explode if shaken. Did you sleep okay? She asks. Innocent question. Standard social lubricant. But it feels like an interrogation. She knows I didn't sleep. She heard me wandering. She's highlighting my dysfunction. Fine, I lie. Pour the coffee. Black. Bitter. I was thinking, she starts. Stops. Looks at my back. I don't turn around. We could go to that movie tonight, the one you wanted to see. She's offering an olive branch, trying to bridge the gap. I should say yes. I should say thank you. I should turn around and hug her and apologize for being a black hole. I have to work late, I say. Lie. Automatic lie. Defensive reflex. Oh, she says. Small voice. Disappointed. Okay, maybe weekend then. Maybe. Take a sip of coffee. Burn my tongue. Good. Pain is grounding. Have a good day, she says. She retreats to the bedroom to get dressed. I stand alone in the kitchen. Look at the drying rack. The peanut butter spoon is gone. She washed it. She rewashed it. Without saying a word. She erased my rebellion. She cleaned up my mess. Gripped the mug until my knuckles turn white. Why does that make me angry? Why do I want her to yell at me? If she yelled, I could fight back. If she screamed, I could justify the rage. But she just cleans the spoon. And loves me. And it makes me want to put my fist through the drywall. Commute is a blur of gray slush and brake lights. Radio is playing pop music. Lyrics about parties and falling in love. Empty calories for the ears. Turn it off. Silence in the car is worse. Thoughts get too loud. Start thinking about the email again. The one I didn't send. Maybe the subject line should be, subject, hereditary disease. Not cancer. Not heart failure. Just being an asshole. Is being an asshole genetic? Is the inability to feel joy a dominant trait? Pull into the office parking lot. Generic concrete block. Sole storage facility. Park next to a bright yellow Jeep. Someone put a baby on board sticker on it. And a stick figure family. Dad, mom, 2 kids, dog. Stare at the stick figure dad. He's smiling. It's just a line curved upward. But it looks smug. Get out of the car. Slam the door. Cold air hits my face. Doesn't wake me up. Just freezes the grimace in place. Elevator ride. Generic elevator music. Stare at the numbers changing. 3, 4, 5. Doors open. Fluorescent purgatory. The lights buzz. 60 Hz hum that drills into the skull. Walk to my cubicle. Passing faces. Morning anon, says Karen from accounting. She's wearing a bright floral blouse. Aggressive happiness. Morning, I mumble. Don't make eye contact. Sit down. Boot up the PC. Windows start sound. Login. Password ****. Open Outlook. 40 unread emails. All marked urgent or action required. None of them matter. Entropy in digital form. Open a spreadsheet. Columns of numbers. Rows of data. This is the aqueduct. This is the structure. If I put the numbers in the right boxes, the world doesn't end. Start typing. Muscle memory takes over. Dissociate. Put one earbud in. Hide it under my hair. Phone in the pocket. Open the video again. Jump to 45:00. Jamie is talking about the sunk cost fallacy. You keep building the tower because you already spent 10 hours on the foundation, he says. Even if the foundation is crooked. Even if you know it's going to fall. You just keep placing blocks. Look at the spreadsheet. Look at the clock. 09:15 a.m. 8 hours to go. Feel a vibration in my pocket. Text from Sarah. Pull it out under the desk. Hope work isn't too crazy. Leftovers in the fridge for dinner if you're late. X. Stare at the X. A kiss. A digital kiss sent through satellite networks to a man who hates himself. Type thanks. No emoji. No kiss back. Send. Watch the delivered status appear. Feel a pang of guilt so sharp it's almost physical. Like a rib snapping. Shove the phone away. Focus on the screen. Focus on the numbers. Cell C4 to cell D9. Sum total. Profit margins. Quarterly projections. None of it is real. It's all just sand in a sandbox. and I'm just waiting for the tide to come in. Hey buddy. Jump. Heart hammers against the ribs. Spin the chair. It's Mark. Team lead. Mid-30s, polo shirt, smells like cologne and confidence. You good? You look a little intense. He laughs. A breathless, hollow chuckle. He's trying to bond. Trying to be the cool boss. I look at his hands. He's holding a coffee mug. World's okayest golfer. I'm fine, I say. Voice is too loud. Just focused. Right. Hey, did you see the email about the Thompson account? Not yet. Ah, okay. Well, we need to redo the Q3 figures. Apparently they sent the wrong data set. Redo. Undo. Rebuild. Sunk cost. The whole thing, I ask. Tone is dangerous. I can hear the edge in it. Mark hears it too. His smile falters. Yeah, sorry man. I know you spent all week on it. Flash of red behind my eyes. Heat rising up the neck. My hands are under the desk, clenched into fists. Nails digging into the palms. I want to flip the desk. I want to throw the monitor through the window. I want to scream until my vocal cords shred. Just like Dad did when the car wouldn't start that one winter. He kicked the fender until it dented, screaming at a machine. Impotent rage. I am vibrating with it. The kinetic energy of 1,000 unsaid insults. Anon, Mark steps back. He looks concerned. Or maybe scared. Good. Be scared. See the monster. It's fine, I say. Force the words out through gritted teeth. I'll do it. Okay, cool, thanks. He walks away fast, relieved to escape the blast radius. Turn back to the screen. Reflection in the monitor. Dark circles under the eyes. Mouth set in a grim line. It's him. It's Dad's face looking back at me. Ghost in the machine. Tremor in the right hand is back. Worse now. Mouse cursor is shaking on the screen. Can't click the cell. Can't target the block. Jamie's voice in the earbud. Sometimes you have to tear it all down to fix the gradient, he says. TNT is a valid construction tool if used correctly. I open a new email window. Recipient, babenajamie@gmail.com. Subject, I am the TNT. Stare at the body of the email. Hands shaking so bad I can barely type. I almost snapped at my boss today because he asked me to do my job. I hate my girlfriend because she washed a spoon. I am watching myself turn into the person I swore I'd never be. And the worst part. Pause. Look around the office. Everyone typing. Everyone working. Everyone maintaining the illusion of order. Type. The worst part is that I like the anger. It's the only thing that feels real. It's the only thing that cuts through the gray. Don't send it. Save to drafts. Add it to the pile. Another block in the wall. Another stone in the aqueduct of sludge. Click back to the spreadsheet. Delete column C. Watch the numbers vanish. Small destruction. Controlled demolition. It's not enough. Delete column C. Watch the numbers vanish. Small destruction. Controlled demolition. It's not enough. 5:04 p.m. The office hum changes frequency. The aggressive clicking of keyboards softens into the rustle of coats and the zip of nylon bags. Performative exodus. Mark walks past my cubicle. He doesn't stop. He doesn't make eye contact. He accelerates slightly as he passes my peripheral vision. Prey animal instinct. He senses the predator in the room. I pack my bag slowly. Movements are heavy, like moving through gelatin. Laptop, charger, headphones. The weight of the bag on my shoulder feels like a penance. Walk to the elevator. Stand with 3 other people from accounting. Staring at the floor numbers lighting up. Ding, ding, ding. Nobody speaks. The air in the metal box is stale, recycled breath and cheap coffee. I can smell someone's fabric softener. Lavender and fake spring breeze. It makes me want to gag. It's too domestic. Too normal. It represents everything I'm failing at. Parking garage is a concrete echo chamber. Get into my car. Door slams shut. The silence is sudden and ringing. Grip the steering wheel. Leather is cold. My hands are still hot. Knuckles white. Look in the rearview mirror again. Check for the ghost. He's still there. Lingering in the set of the jaw. The way the eyebrows pull together. Start the engine. Radio comes on automatically. Some upbeat pop song about falling in love in a club. Turn it off instantly. Drive in silence. The commute is a blur of red taillights. Snakes of light winding through the gray city. Stop and go. Brake lights flaring like warning signals. Watch the guy in the lane next to me. He's singing along to something, tapping his hand on the roof of his car. He looks happy, or at least content. I feel a surge of pure, distilled hatred. Why do you get to be okay? Why is your brain quiet? Urge to swerve into his lane. Just a nudge. Metal on metal. Shatter the glass bubble. Ruin his Tuesday. Make him feel the chaos. Grip the wheel tighter. Breathe in. Breathe out. Don't do it. Hold the line. Containment breach averted. Arrive at the apartment complex. Cookie-cutter building. Beige walls. Beige carpet in the hallway. Smell of someone cooking curry on the second floor. Smell of wet dog on the third. Key in the lock. Metal tumbling. Hesitate. Hand on the knob. I can hear the TV inside. I can hear footsteps. This is supposed to be the sanctuary. Supposed to be the safe zone. But the monster is inside me, so I'm just bringing it indoors. Open the door. Hey, you're late. She's in the kitchen, wearing that oversized t-shirt I used to think was cute. Now it just looks sloppy. She's stirring something in a pot. Steam rising. Windows are fogged up. Traffic icy. Voice sounds gravelly. Shoes off. Keys in the bowl. Clatter sounds too loud. How was work, she asks. Doesn't look up. Just making conversation, because that's what people do in sitcoms. Scripted NPC dialogue. Fine, I say. Lie. Mark was being weird about the quarterly data, she says, trying to relate. She knows Mark. She thinks Mark is nice. Mark is a moron, I snap. Too fast. Too sharp. She stops stirring. Turns around. Spoon dripping red sauce onto the counter. Stain spreading on the white laminate. Okay, she says slowly. Sorry, I asked. Turn away. Walk to the bedroom. Need to get out of the work clothes. Button-down shirt feels like a straitjacket. Pull it off. Buttons catch. Rip it open. Hear a thread snap. Don't care. Change into sweatpants. Look at the pile of clothes on the floor. Chaos. Entropy. Dad's room always looked like this. Piles of laundry he never did. Mom picking them up silently. Hated her for her silence. Hated him for his noise. And here I am. The noise and the silence wrapped in one skin suit. Dinner is served. Pasta. Again. Sit at the small IKEA table. Legs bump against the table leg. Wobble. Wobble. I need to fix that, she says. Yeah, I say. Fork scrapes against the ceramic plate. Screech. Sound travels up my spine. Sets teeth on edge. Is it good, she asks. Looking for validation. Looking for the good boy token. Taste it. It's fine. It's perfectly adequate sustenance. Tomato. Basil. Garlic. It needs salt, I say. Really, I put a lot in. Well, I can't taste it. Reach for the salt shaker. Shake it aggressively over the plate. White mound forming on the red sauce. Ruining it. Deliberately ruining it. Poisoning the well. That's going to be inedible, she says. Voice is tight now. She's sensing the shift. Atmosphere dropping pressure. Storm front moving in. Maybe if you season it while cooking I wouldn't have to, I mutter. Low volume, but clear. Heard it. She drops her fork. Clatter. What is your problem tonight? There it is. The confrontation. The opening. Adrenaline spikes. Heart rate kicks up. Fight or flight. And I never fly. My problem, I look up. Eyes meet hers. I can feel the expression on my face. It's cold. Dead. Shark eyes. My problem is that I spent 10 hours fixing other people's mistakes, and I come home, and I have to pretend that this gesture at the plate at the room at her is enough. Silence. Absolute vacuum. Her face crumbles. Not anger. Hurt. Confusion. Anon, I'm just trying to make dinner. You're always just trying, I say. Cruel. Surgical strike. Targeting the insecurity. Maybe stop trying and actually do something right. Sound of my own voice shocks me. It's not my voice. It's a recording from 1998. It's him yelling at Mom because the coffee was cold. It's him yelling at me because I held the flashlight wrong. Echo in the timeline. Generational resonance. She stands up. Chair scrapes back. Harsh sound. I'm going to bed, she says. Voice trembling. Tears welling up. She doesn't scream. She doesn't fight back. She just retreats, leaving the monster alone in the kitchen. Bedroom door shuts. Click of the lock. Softer than I deserve. Sit there. Stare at the salted pasta. Look at the reflection in the dark window. Just a silhouette. Shadow puppet. Push the plate away. It slides across the table. Hits the salt shaker. Shaker tips over. Grains spilling out onto the table. Tiny white crystals. Chaos on a micro scale. Put my head in my hands. Press palms into eye sockets until I see sparks. Static. White noise. I won. I won the argument. I established dominance over the pasta. Pathetic. Absolute trash tier human being. Stomach churns. Acid reflux. The anger is draining away, leaving the sludge behind. The shame. Cold and wet and heavy. Stand up. Legs feel weak. Walk to the living room. Open the laptop. Screen glow is harsh in the dim room. Blue light bathing the wreckage. Browser is still open. Jamie's video paused. Aqueduct halfway built. Clean lines. Perfect geometry. Water flowing exactly where it's told to go. Unpause. Voice comes through the speakers. Soft. Steady. If you place the source block here, it creates an infinite water source, he says. You can take from it forever, and it never runs out. Unlike us. Chuckle. Dark humor. I tab over to the email draft. Cursor blinking at the end of the last sentence. It's not enough. Hands hover over the keyboard. Shaking has stopped. Replaced by a numbness. Fingertips feel dead. Start typing. Slowly. Rhythmically. I just made my girlfriend cry over pasta. She's the only person who tolerates me. And I wanted to hurt her. I wanted to see her break because I feel broken. It's like I'm testing the structural integrity of my life. Hitting the pillars with a sledgehammer to see if the roof comes down. I think the roof is coming down, Jamie. I think I'm pulling the supports out myself. Pause. Look at the bedroom door. Silence from behind it. No sobbing. Just quiet. The kind of quiet that comes before someone packs a bag. The kind of quiet Mom used to have before she didn't. Look back at the screen. Video playing. Jamie is building a bridge now. Connecting two cliffs. Spanning the void. Sometimes the terrain generation is messy, he says. You just have to build over the gaps. Or fill them in. I type one last line. I don't know how to fill the gaps. I only know how to dig deeper holes. Stare at the send button. Mouse hovers. Pixelated hand. Trembling returns. Click. Send. Gmail notification pops up in the bottom left. Message sent. Black box. White text. Vanishes in 5 seconds. Like tossing a coin into a sewer grate. Except the coin is my dignity. And the sewer is the internet. Sit there for a minute. Staring at the empty compose window. White space. Tabula rasa. Expecting some kind of immediate cosmic shift. A weight to lift off the chest. Some Hollywood moment of catharsis where the music swells. Nothing happens. Room is just as dim. Air is just as stale. Chest is still tight. Ribcage feels like a cage that's too small for the animal inside. Close the tab. Jamie's video is almost over. He's putting the finishing touches on the build. Placing torches to stop mobs from spawning. Got to light it up, he says. Don't want any creepers sneaking up on you while you're admiring the view. Watch him place a torch on a fence post. Pixelated fire. Warm glow. Safe. Look away from the screen. Look at the kitchen. Real-life graphics are terrible. Lighting is flat. Texture of the carpet is matted. Get up. Knees pop. Sound echoes in the silence. Walk to the table. Pasta is cold now. Sauce has congealed. Skin forming on top of the red sludge. Looks like a crime scene left to rot. Pick up the fork. Poke the pasta. Stiff. Ruined. Just like everything else I touch. Start cleaning. Robotic movements. Scrape the food into the trash. Wet thud against the plastic liner. Smell of cold garlic and regret. Rinse the plate. Water is too hot. Burns my hands. Don't pull away. Let it scald. Focus on the physical pain, easier to process than the mental static. Scrub the sauce off the ceramic. Scrub until it squeaks. Dry it with a towel that smells like mildew. Put it in the rack. One clean plate. In a dirty house. In a dirty life. Walk down the hall. Floorboards creak. Stop outside the bedroom door. Still closed. Still locked. Press my forehead against the wood. Cool surface. Listen. Strain my ears. Nothing. No sobbing. No movement. Just a heavy, thick silence. The sound of someone deciding if you're worth the effort anymore. Raise a hand to knock. Knuckles hover an inch from the white paint. Trembling starts again. What do I even say? Sorry, I have the emotional regulation of a toddler. Sorry, I'm turning into the man I hate most in the world. Words die in the throat. Choke on them. Drop the hand. Cowardice wins again. Undefeated champion. Go back to the couch. Slump down. Cushions embrace me. Dust motes dancing in the light of the laptop screen. Video has ended. YouTube autoplay counting down. 5, 4, 3. Next video is ranking the saddest Minecraft discs. Cancel. Close the laptop. Snap shut. Room plunges into darkness. Only light is the street lamp outside filtering through the blinds, casting bars of shadow across the floor. Prison cell aesthetic. Fitting. Curl up. Pull the throw blanket over my head. Smells like her shampoo and old popcorn. Close eyes. Try to sleep. Brain won't shut off. Replay the argument. Replay the look on her face. Replay the sound of the salt shaker hitting the table. Replay the email sent to a stranger who will never read it. Realize this is it. This is the cycle. Build something up. Get scared it's too good. Smash it to pieces. Sit in the rubble and cry about how unfair it is. Waiting for someone to come save me. Waiting for a content creator to tell me it's okay. But no one is coming. It's just me. And the silence. And the hereditary rot in the DNA. Drift off eventually. Dreamless sleep. Tomorrow I have to wake up at 7. Go to work. Pretend I'm a person. Pretend the roof isn't caving in. Just another day in the server. Survival mode on peace difficulty. But the hunger bar keeps draining anyway.